Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good night, whatever time of day you are watching this. Hello, Year 12, and anybody tuning in to learn about general paper and to try and improve their grade. Firstly, your daily dose of motivation, as you know, I'm always going to give, and today's theme is when nobody's watching. Yes, that's right. So waking up early to study when there is no school, inverted commas. Really, this is about personal motivation. So nobody's watching you at the moment. Nobody's checking whether you're attending school. Nobody is checking whether you're on time, you've got the correct uniform. So this really separates those who are serious and those who aren't. Are you motivated intrinsically? That means within yourself to get up, get out and achieve it. So really you need to dig deep. You need to ask yourself these questions. Are you really about succeeding? Because if you're not, you're going to do what you like. You know, a parent came in and was speaking to me a couple of days ago, and one of the things they said, we were talking about their child, and they said, oh, he's still sleeping. I looked up at the time, and I kid you not, it was about 11 a.m. 11 a.m. So pretty much the best part of the day is gone for them. So really you need to keep that motivation high and you need to want it. Yes, even when you don't feel like getting up because there's nobody watching you, do it. Get up out of bed and start the day. Okay, so there's a daily dose of motivation. Let's keep it moving. We're going to continue with adding detail to our sentences because, as I said before, that assessment objective 3, your ability to communicate clearly using written English will be marked. So it's important that you're able to add that depth to your writing through detail. So, your do now. Which of the following words are not adverbs? They're not adverbs. Pause the video now and select it and write it down. Okay, I'm about to reveal the answer, so if you have not done the work, press pause again. So, the word that is not an adverb is stately, and I'm going to explain why a little bit. We often think that adverbs end in ly, and not all of them do. So that there, as they say, to every rule there is an exception, and with adverbs this is an exception. Not every adverb ends in ly. Stately is actually an adjective. It's used to describe something that has a particular style about it. Maybe it's very traditional, it's quite grand in that it's stately. Okay? Alright, so a little bit of information about adverbs really and their functions. As I explained in the last video, functions of words are crucial. It's important that you understand them, that you grasp them, so you know what to do with them. So adverbs have several functions. In the traditional sense, adverbs modify or add on to verbs. They can also be used to modify adjectives and other adverbs themselves. Okay, a couple more rules here. So many end in ly, as I said earlier, but you cannot apply this rule to all adverbs. For example, homely. If something is homely, that's an adjective. Yeah, so for example, the restaurant had a very homely feel to it. Or I live in a stately mansion. He threw the ball very fast. What do you think the adverb is in the last sentence? Sentence 3. Clearly, if an adverb modifies a verb, the adverb in that sentence will be fast. You wouldn't say fastly. There's no such word as fastly. Okay? So remember, not all adverbs end in ly, although many do. So our success criteria for today. I want us to accurately identify adverbs. As you know, I'm a firm believer. If you can identify something and you can name it and you can describe it, you are in a better position to be able to use them and manipulate and deploy them in your writing successfully. Understand the role and function of adverbs. Know how to identify run-on sentences and avoid them. This is a common mistake that I see in so many people's writing. So many people's writing, even those who are fairly decent writers, they have run-on sentences. Run-on sentences in your work make it seem as if you don't know how to use full stops or you don't know how to use semicolons, and these are two of the most basic punctuation marks. So if we can master these, then your grammatical constructions and the fluency of your work is improved. Okay, back to adverbs. So you can test if something is an adverb if it answers any of the following. When, so for example, usually, tomorrow, yesterday, soon, or next week. Okay, these indicate when or where. Across, down, here, below, they modify the noun. How, for example, gracefully. Maybe if you're describing somebody like the boxer Muhammad Ali, he moved gracefully in the ring. Okay, or Usain Bolt, he runs very quickly, with run being the verb and quickly being the adverb. How often, and to what extent, and under what circumstances. So for example, sometimes, fully, never, really. These are all types of adverbs. We often use a lot of them without being consciously aware. Okay? Alright, so I want you to identify the error in this sentence. What is the mistake? Again, this is your time to pause the video and come up with the answer. Simple. I'm going to reveal the answer now, so if you have not written down the answer or at least thought about it, please pause and do not watch the video any further until you have done some thinking. Alright, here goes. This is a correction. The regularly scheduled writing workshop has been cancelled. Okay, so cancelled being the verb, and it's modifying the verb, and also the noun writing workshop, the thing. So it's being that's what's being modified. These two here, writing workshop and cancelled. Okay, so again, it's time to pause the video, and I would like you to complete the following adverbs task. Okay, so you can just put the video on pause right now and complete this task. Okay, I hope you got on pretty well with that task there. Now you can continue with the rest of the lesson. So, run-on sentences. I referred to this in our success criteria. This is the last aspect of our success criteria. We must avoid these like the plague, as I said before. So, a common mistake I have seen in your writing is the run-on sentence. This is when two or more clauses are joined together inappropriately. Let's look at this example in red. E-books have largely taken the place of printed books. I'll still buy the original print just for the physical experience of it. I'm not even going to give you the answer. Okay? You're going to work it out for yourself. What is a grammatically correct way of writing this sentence? I want you to send your answers to the email address at the bottom of this slide. Okay. How to avoid run-on sentences. This year, I'll take up far more physical activities. This is how I'm going to improve my health. We can clearly see there that there are two sentences, or two independent clauses. Doesn't make sense. This is how we can separate them. This little punctuation mark here, called a semicolon. This acts as a brace between two complete thoughts that are related to each other. So this year I'll take up far more physical activities, semicolon. This is how I'm going to improve my health. So you notice the two independent clauses are connected. Physical activity and improving health. So you don't want your independent clauses to be random. Yeah? Then you're going to need a full stop. Or when I say random, unrelated. Okay? In fact, you wouldn't even need a full stop. You would need a completely new paragraph, because we change paragraph when we are changing topic. So if you have two sentences that are related together, they share a relationship, I want you to separate them using a semicolon. If not, a full stop. Okay, so you're going to complete a quiz now on correcting run-on sentences. You're going to click on the link in the description page that will take you to the quiz. So that's pretty simple, really. On the description page on this YouTube video, you will find a link to the quiz. Just click on that and complete the quiz. That is it for today. If you do have any questions, please, you can leave some questions in the comments page if you've got any queries, and I will gladly get back to you. You can also follow me at A Good Education on Instagram as well. Please, I would recommend that you subscribe to the channel so you get updates when these lessons appear. Okay. Best of luck. Goodbye and God bless.